Well there, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to 10 Minutes with Kuhle, the only show where we tell the truth, not the TikTok version. Now, ladies and gentlemen, if you remember, I did tell you that I had a bit of a journey. I traveled actually, and I went to Umtata, to go and assist actually with all the flooded victims and what's going on. And yep, we traveled and went to assist. I will upload some photos. I think I'll actually post to them so you can check on my posts. I could also put them at the end of the video where it's just showing the good work that we managed to do. But nonetheless, today's video is not about my goodwill or the goodwill of the team that I work with. Today, we're talking about how young white South Africans are being shut out of tertiary education, how the government sees or seems allergic to merit, and how our universities have become socialist daycare centers run by activists with Wi-Fi. Yes, you heard right. If you're white, smart, and poor in South Africa, the odds are stacked against you. Harder than a first-year vet student trying to find parking. Now, no funding if you're white, even if you're poor. Let's start with the lie. We've all heard NSFAS helps all poor students regardless of race. Sure, NSFAS is technically means to help qualified households with less than 350,000 Rand per year, but in reality, NSFAS has become affirmative action with a debit card. Black students get the bulk of funding, colored and Indian students get some, white students, you're on your own, but. So imagine this. A white kid in a small town, your mom is a nurse, your dad's been retrenched, you finished matric with 7 distinctions, you're applying for funding, you're denied. Why? Because apparently your people had an advantage 30 years ago. That's the logic. Your ancestors owned, so now you must own student debt. Now, displacement in admission. You're good, but not black enough. Let's talk about UCT, South Africa's Harvard, minus the speech and air conditioning. UCT literally admits that white students get pushed out of the queue even if they score higher. Check it out. They've got something called a disadvantage factor, where they add bonus points to black and colored applicants just for being black and colored. Literally. So if Sipho and Peter both got 85%, Sipho gets an equity boost and Peter gets the rejection letter. And Saldru's study found white students were displaced by 17% in 2007 and 30% in 2013 at UCT. These are not just numbers. They are your kids, your neighbors, your friends, all rejected on skin color. We were told apartheid was evil because it judged people by race, which is true. Now, we do it again, but with hashtags and diversity slogans. How pathetic, ANC. How pathetic. Now, government bursaries. No whites allowed. Government bursaries from ESCOM to health to public works come with a little footnote. Previously disadvantaged groups only. Translation: if you're white, you don't even qualify. Even if you want to be a doctor or an engineer or a teacher, accountant, you get it. You don't get the bursary because, well, you're too pale, not enough melanin. If you think this is reverse racism, don't worry. The Human Rights Commission will say you're overreacting. And go and fight for Zimbabwe. Apparently, it's only racism if you're not the right group on the funding application. Let's speak about BELA Bill. BELA Bill, state control from grade R to revolution. Now, let's talk about the BELA Bill, short for Basic Education Laws Amendment. Now, but it should be called the Bureaucratic Erasing Local Autonomy Bill under BELA. Provincial government will control your schools, language policy. Your child's school could be forced to accept any student regardless of capacity. And your governing body, it's now just a committee for decorations. Why does this matter? Because top performing schools rather, usually English or Afrikaans, are now being overcrowded, over politicized, and pushed into decline. So the average white kid who used to get a good education in grade 12 is now in a grade 10 math class with 55 kids, one textbook, and a teacher busy with admin. That's not transformation, that's sabotage. You heard that right. You heard that right. Welcome to Marxist University. Please leave your brain at the door. University used to be about ideas, now it's about identity. Campuses like UKZN, UWC, and UJ have become social justice factories, where your skin color is more important than your test score. Communism is back, comrades. Fees must fall, funded by Marxists, slogans, and TikTok reels. Lecturers now quote Karl Marx more than Newton. There's more discussion about decolonizing maths than actually passing maths. And if you dare to ask why someone got a bursary over you, boom, you're racist, privileged, problematic, get the fuck out of here. Meanwhile, white students walk on eggshells, study harder, get fewer opportunities, and end up in debt, all in the name of equity. This is not justice. This is revenge policy. What's happening in South Africa's education system is not redress, it's replacement. Replace merit with race. Replace hard work with handouts. Replace education with indoctrination. And white students, especially those from working class or middle class homes, are collateral damage. We don't fix apartheid by creating a new apartheid. We don't help the poor by punishing the capable. And we sure as hell don't build a free country by turning universities into woke boot camps. My final thoughts: we need equal opportunity, not equal outcomes. If you want real transformation, fund the poor, not the politically convenient. If you want diversity, protect merit, don't kill it. And if you want a future, stop telling white students they're the problem just because they were born in the wrong skin. This isn't about left or right. This is about right and wrong. And right now, the system is broken and is breaking an entire generation of South Africans, white kids included. So, ladies and gentlemen, I've shared with you how communism has affected tertiary education, how it has in fact gotten it. I'm not saying black children don't study hard. Please don't get that wrong. Don't get that wrong. I, for one, have been there. I've seen many black kids burning the midnight oil, studying hard and long. Others well deserved of NSFAS. But the trick is with other people who don't even qualify for NSFAS. They put their grannies, which bars students that actually qualify for this funding from government, which has become a racial funding, by the way. But besides that, let's root out racism. This has been 10 Minutes with Kuhle, where truth has no filter and facts don't care about your hashtags. Please don't forget to like, share, comment, and ask yourself, is there really no space for the next generation? Or is there just no space for white students anymore? Now, ladies and gentlemen, don't forget to sign up for our membership. It's as cheap as 20 Rand. Godspeed, stay informed, stay free. This is your country. Stay blessed. Love you. Bye.